This might seem like a very I beg, it's something you can overlook. Trust me, it is not. Come on! Hi guys, welcome back again to my channel. Anyways, welcome back again to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by. And if this is your first time clicking on this video, like it's your first time seeing this face or coming onto my channel, I want to say a big welcome to my channel. My name is Lotachi Vanessa. I make videos on the topics of beauty, inspiration, how to make multiple streams of income, how to climb up the career ladder, and so much more. If this kind of content is what you want to be peppering your screen, is basically what you want to be seeing on your screen, definitely smash that subscribe button down below. Also click on the bell so that every single time I post a new video, you'll be the first one to know. In today's video, I'm going to basically be talking about email etiquette. It's very important in your strategy to win while working from home. And I'm going to be talking about email etiquette 101. You will be shocked. You will be shocked to find out a lot of things that you think or you might know or you might not know that I'm going to talk about in this video. You'll also be shocked to know that a lot of people don't know how to send emails in 2020, and it is really sad. Emails is now the order of the day. As we are working from home, every single many communications that you won't have on on a phone are now done via email. And emails have become very important these days because we're at home. Most people are working from home, and if you're like me and you're working from home, most of the time you want to document a professional conversation you've had, and you do that with the use of an email. And that email can basically be shared across the department, across the division. Many people get to see that email. So having the right email etiquette is extremely important because it's also another way that you're going to let people you're working with know that you're not their mate too. That you've advanced in this emailing thing that you guys are doing. Number one, that you need to know how to rank your emails. Now, there's so many times where I would be copied in an email and I can already tell that the person sending me this email is someone that basically has no idea about email etiquette. The way you're supposed to send that email is by ranking. Either you start by the highest level first, either you do it that way, or you do junior staff, senior manager, line ED. But what I see most of the time is scattered. I don't know if you get what I mean. There is reading to the madness. When you're sending out emails, you basically have to rank your emails, but in order of how you're sending in order of the seniority levels of the people you're sending it to. This might seem like a very I beg, it's something you can overlook. Trust me, it is not. It is not. You need to actually know that, especially when you're sending an email to a close knit of people. Like, you're not sending the email to like 10 or 100 people. You're sending an email to like 4 people. You can't just scatter their names in the two field and put their names anyhow. You need to rank according to seniority. If you don't know the seniority level and you're sending an email in a group, like let's say there are 20 people you're sending this email to, but you don't know who is more senior to who, you can obviously put the most obvious ones, like the most junior person that you know, put their names first or put their names last, and the most senior person that you know, put their names first or last, depending on the order in which you're going by. Number 2 is holding emails. Now, we are all working from home, what is the importance of holding emails? Nobody is in the office or nobody is in your space right now to see whether or not you've gotten an email or you're working on what they've sent you an email for. So as soon as you get an email, no matter what the email is about, if the email is asking you about something you've never even thought of, always send back an email acknowledging the fact that you have received that mail. So what do I mean? You get an email asking you to do something or asking you for something, or you get an email requesting for some information that you don't even have at the moment. The smartest thing to do as someone that obviously wants to let people know that they know what they are doing, write back that person saying, good afternoon, this is just to acknowledge that I have received your email. My team and I would look into this and we'll get back to you with questions that we might have. That way, you're not told the person that you are going to solve the question or the problem they sent you an email for, but you've let them know that you have received mail. They've basically gotten a response from you, meaning that you are working, meaning that you've let them know that you're working on that thing. Why is this important? This is important because as we are working from home, it's easy for people to believe that you're not doing anything. It's easy for people to assume that you basically saw their mail and ignored them, or you didn't even open your mail at all. But when you send holding mails, even if you have not told them that you're going to solve their problem or you're going to be able to do what they're asking for, you've given them that kind of a can-do attitude, that response that lets them know that you're looking into what they asked you for, and you would revert back with questions or comments if you have any. Does that make sense? Very, very, very important. A lot of people fail to send holding emails. They just see an email and they rush off to start working on that thing. Meanwhile, they're working on that thing, but the person that sent that email, in their head, they don't know that you've actually left whatever you're doing to actually work on their request. They still believe that you've not responded, you've not said anything to them. So they're not sure whether or not you've answered their queries. Do you get what I mean? Do you get my point? The third point, which is a very, very important point, is that grammar and language, it remains very, very, very important. This goes without saying. Like, some people will be like, yeah, that's so obvious. But some people is still not obvious. As you're in a work environment, you should always mind your language, mind how you speak, mind how you write in an email. Like I said earlier, you don't know who your email is going to be sent to. You don't know whether your email is going to form a trail of subsequent emails to come. The way you speak, the way you present yourself, the way you write should show a reflection of your professionalism. No matter how angry or how happy you are or how excited, avoid the use of all capital letters in the body of your email. Avoid the use of all capital letters in the title of your emails. Avoid the use of shortcut or slangs like TNKS, thanks, or LOL, lol. So avoid the use of slangs. Then avoid the use of exclamation marks or ... Avoid all those funny mannerisms in your email, because you don't know where your email is going to fly into or who is going to get to see your email. As much as you can, be professional when writing an email. Even if this person you're writing an email to is your besto for life, your office best friend or your office boo, I don't want to know. Be professional when writing an email. The fourth point, which goes without saying, is that you should always document phone calls. Now, working from home, like I said, it doesn't make sense for you to send an email for every single thing. At some point, you will need to make phone calls. And if you watched my previous video, which I'll link above, about how to remain visible in the workspace, I spoke about how you need to also use phone calls to communicate with your colleagues and whatnot. I would advise you to use wisdom in this sense. There are some conversations that you have that you definitely don't need to obviously follow it up with an email. But for some conversations, just so that nobody denies you when stuff hits the fan, always document those kind of things in an email. Let me give you an example. Let's say my department needs some data from risk department, and because I have a relationship with Toby, who is in risk, I called Toby on the phone and I'm like, hi guy, what's up now? How are you doing? Blah blah blah. Please, my department needs this data on risk from you guys. I want to send you an email, or my department needs this data from your department, which is risk, and we need it by this date. And Toby's like, no problem. I will do it for you. I'll send you the information. On your own end, don't just say okay and drop the phone and start waiting for him to send it to you. Be like, okay, no problem. I will send you an email just to follow up with you on it. Then you go and you write an email to Toby saying, dear Toby, you can even write, we spoke earlier, or as agreed earlier, kindly share with me this data that you have. My department needs it for blah blah blah. That way, Toby cannot come tomorrow and deny that you never sent him or you never had that conversation with him. Do you get what I mean? In the same way, if you what's the word? Is in the same way, yeah. So Toby can't come and deny you. In the same way, if you let's say you call Toby and Toby said, okay, he'll send that stuff to you, and he never sent it to you, and then the stuff has hit the fan. Everybody is asking, oh, how come you didn't get this data on time? And you're like, oh, but I called Toby and Toby said he'll send it to me. Toby can say, oh, but you didn't remind me, and everybody will be like, you said you didn't remind him, or people might even doubt that you even called Toby. So always follow up every phone conversation you have, the important ones, with a corresponding email to that effect, because these emails are basically ways you document conversations or things you're going to do in the office. The fifth point that I have to share today is know who to copy and know when to copy. Know who to copy and know when to copy someone. So I see a lot of mails being sent, and let's say someone is trying to send an email to me because of something they need me to do, and they send the email to me and my boss. Like, we're both in the two field, TO. They send the email to me, my boss, and any other person that cares to listen. Meanwhile, the mail is supposed to be for me. You are supposed to send it to me, copy my boss, because that email is going to my boss as an FYI. I'm asking your staff to do this thing. But I see a lot of emails flying around where I've seen an email, trust me, that has come to my department where they put everybody in my department, like they put everybody in two, including my line ED and my manager. All of us were in the two field, and the copy field was empty. And I'm like, who is this person sending this mail? This person basically does not understand the email etiquette. Know when to copy and know who to copy, and know when to send an email without copying someone. I don't know how, but you as a person should ask yourself, this email I'm sending, who is the person that has the primary responsibility? That is the person that is in the field of two. The person that is like the senior of that person, whoever that person reports to, can be in the copy field of that email. Always read mail trails. So the first thing I do whenever I receive an email, sometimes I might receive an email and the email can just be, oh, please help treat. That's it. That's an email. Dear Lotachi, please treat. I won't start, like some people, like I've seen someone will call you on the phone and start asking you, hey, that mail you sent me, what do you want me to treat? Or someone has even replied me back, treat what? How can you be sending me an email? Like the first thing you should do whenever you receive an email is scroll down to the bottom of the mail and read the mail trail. Find out the origin of whatever they are asking you to treat. Find out what it is. Continue reading until you get to where they brought you in on the mail. If you have any questions, call whoever has sent you that email and say, okay, I've read the mail, I just need more clarification on this thing that happened that they discussed about in the mail. Do you get what I mean? Always read mail trails so that you understand what you're even asked to do. You put it in context. The seventh point, which goes without saying, is don't bring in another topic into the current subject title of the topic. What I mean is, if the mail at hand is addressing advertising, and between me and you, we have a discussion around revenue, when I send you an email regarding advertising, copy a large number of people and there's a long mail trail. That issue me and you have about revenue, don't bring that issue into this mail trail. I don't know if you get what I mean. Always be respectful of mail trails. If this mail trail is about advertising, do what the mail trail is talking about in advertising. And then if you really need to send me an email on revenue, send me a separate email on revenue, so that we're not mixing things up. Do you get what I mean? And then number 8 and the final point is know when to say reply and when to click on reply or reply all. Now there are two types of replies. If you don't know, there's reply, and then there's normal reply, and then there's reply all. It's very important to know when to click on reply all or when to click reply. So if I send you an email copying your boss, copying many other people in your department, but the email the to field is directed at you, you can choose to reply me personally, meaning your boss and every other person will not know that you have replied me. They won't be in the new mail you're sending. You can decide to do that, or you can decide to do reply all, meaning you're replying me plus every other person that is in that mail. Know when to use reply and reply all. We've had situations where, let's say a mail is sent about something very generic, and they're like, if you want to win this, reply this email with your answer or something like that. And you see people clicking on reply all, meaning everybody that got that mail initially gets the mail again and again when you click reply all. Meanwhile, the person you're sending the mail to, the person that really needs to see that mail, is the person that sent it. So just click on reply. If that makes any sense, know when to use reply and reply all, and please don't make a fool of yourself. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched till this point, I honestly appreciate it. If you watched till this point and you've still not clicked on subscribe, go ahead and do that right now. Hit that subscribe button. It's completely free. Let me know what you think about these tips. Let me know if any of them is new to you, if you didn't know any of them, and you can even share your stories with me about funny emails you've received in the office place or in the work environment. And let me know your thoughts. My point is that you should basically scatter the comment section. I'm sure you can already imagine what I mean. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I will definitely see you guys in my next one, and make sure you check out all my other series on working from home, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.